Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are today. We are in Ireland at Belfast, and we are going to Heathrow in London. So we have 325 passengers. We got a full boat pretty much, and we are taking a lot of passengers from Belfast to Heathrow. And so we're going to use self-loading cargo, and we got GSX Pro, and I got my custom setup here for boarding, and you can see the passengers, and right there you can see people sitting at the bar, and we have people over there sitting down. There's the terminals, and they're going to come out over here from the first floor of the terminals. So let's get started here with this flight. This flight's going to be very exciting, and we have a good day, and we might have a night landing, maybe not. We'll see what happens. And as a matter of fact, here we are. Let's get this thing started. We will start self-loading cargo flight so it can sync up with GSX Pro, and we're good to go. Now, among a lot of the things here, I got most of the kinks and bugs worked out. So
ground to cockpit. Go ahead. Hi, Captain. Microphone check, please. Crystal clear, 5 out of 5. Okay, Captain. Radio check complete. We'll contact you once the ground vehicles arrive and we're ready to start loading. Roger.
And we will get GSX started here and request boarding.
Boarding requested.
And they're waiting to load, so we're going to undo that and do that. We will open our doors. That's the other thing that we have to do, is we'll go to door management, and we're going to open this door, and that door. And our flight attendant is going to contact us. We got flight 450 right here. GAA. Has all our flight information right over there. It's pretty cool. Nice digital readout.
Ground to cockpit.
So here we are. We've got ground
Go
starting
ahead.
to load.
Hi, Captain. Just a quick update to let you know that we've started loading. We'll send the final load sheet up once we're ready.
And the steers going up here.
Roger.
As soon as the steers connects, I believe is when the flight attendant will contact us. They're already starting to load the cargo, the luggage and all that stuff.
Do you want to board crew?
And we're going to board the crew, and
Crew boarding starting.
pilots are already on board, so we don't need crew. We can go inside there and check it out, but what we're going to do really quick is open our door. And there we go. So let's check out our door. See that the look at this. we should start seeing crew member start loading up. They said it was loaded, then it didn't work. It glitched out. But no, there they are. It's taking a while because they have to walk all the way down. Well, here comes our crew. And she'll stand right at the end over there watching. Well, there we are. And we'll see crew coming here. There we are. So, yeah. That's all set there. So it'll tell us when the crew has boarded, and then the passengers will start coming. 325 of them. They will have most of the cargo, a lot of the cargo, not most of them, because we've got a lot of people coming on board. We've got an interesting takeoff too, because we've got very heavy weight. Which will be a lot of fun to achieve. And check out here. So we have our layout for the PMDG here. See all this here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Your crew has boarded.
11, 12,
Passengers
13,
boarding
14,
started.
16. Crew members. Okay, here's the
Hello.
Hi, Captain.
flight attendant.
How are you?
Hi there, I'm fine, thanks.
Here are all the passengers.
Great. We're just getting ready for departure, but if you need
All
anything, just give me a
325 of them.
Thanks.
call. No problem.
And here they come. Right out the terminal door.
All stations, prepare to start boarding.
And we can check this out through our drone. And we got a view over here. Where they come out. The terminal right there. Pretty good setup that I have here. I don't know if anybody set this up like this, but this is the perfect place for the 777. The 737 over here is good. They come run through here, but that aircraft is kind of large for that parking space, and so it's much better here. Works much better here. You can see they'll use all the staircases, and so.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. Just to let you know that the passengers have started boarding.
Thank you.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an announcement. Welcome aboard.
Good evening from the cockpit. This is your captain speaking. I'd like to welcome you on board this evening's flight to London. We're currently preparing for departure up here in the cockpit, and once we're airborne, we'll be climbing to our cruise level of 20,000 feet. We're not anticipating any delays, so we hope to be underway very shortly.
So here
Once
they
we
all
push
come.
back from the stand, the cabin crew will start securing the cabin. As
All
we head to the departure
325 of
runway,
them.
please make sure you're seated and secured as they make their way around the aircraft.
Now,
The weather
When
is
you have
not
that
looking
many,
particularly
GSX
brilliant, so it might be a
doesn't
little
sink that
uncomfortable
many.
at times as we climb to our cruise level.
Um,
There's nothing to worry about. Just make sure you
with
keep an eye on the seatbelt sign, and I'll turn it off once we're in clearer air.
There's only 50 in there so far.
Once we're airborne, there shouldn't be
but
any issue during our
most of the
climb. It's a
passengers are
pretty
outside
straightforward
now.
departure out of the airport, so nothing to worry about
That is
there.
all 325 though.
It looks as though the en route winds are in our favor, so there
That
shouldn't
will
be any
catch up
issue
on
getting to our
self-loading
destination on
cargo.
time. However, we will keep you informed throughout the flight if that changes. The ground crew are currently finishing loading the baggage into the aircraft, so if you could get yourself seated and secured in the meantime, we'll be able to make a departure as soon as they've finished. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the flight.
Enjoying their seats here. This is first class, and we got business class down there. We got economy. Look at this guy's head, looks weird. Oh, there it is. It's just loaded. And then you got way back there, and you got way back here. That's the back of the. They all come in here. That is coach. Business first class, and then business class. And we can lock our door. So what I'll do is I'll move over and shut our door. So we have that ready. Now we're going to contact ground and start the APU.
Cockpit to ground. Go ahead. Stand by for ground power disconnection. We're starting the APU now. Roger.
And he will contact us back to let us know if its APU system is working fine, there's no problems. Just let us know this, so. And then I will release the ground power.
Ground to cockpit. Go ahead. APU startup seems good. Nothing to report. Disconnect ground power, please. Roger. Stand by.
And then you'll let us know when the ground power is disconnected. I will call for
Ground power has been
clearance.
disconnected.
Aldergrove ground Delta 450 IFR to Heathrow,
Roger.
ready to copy.
Delta 450 is cleared to Heathrow Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 7.
So I could go here and I can release the ground power.
Departure frequency is 119.875 squawk tree 002.
Delta 450 cleared to Heathrow Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 7 climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Departure on 119.875 squawk tree 002.
Delta 450
I'll have my
Contact ground.
co-pilot,
121
first officer, take care of the
75.
rest of the ATC
Good day.
communication.
Ground to cockpit. Go ahead. Loading has been completed. We're sending the load sheet up to you now. We'll contact you once the aircraft is closed up, then we'll get you moving. Roger.
So loading has been completed, as we can see here, and we're going to check here to make sure that all the doors are
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard.
all set.
While you're being seated, please remember that all mobile devices should now be set to airplane mode, and other portable
And we
electronic
don't
devices,
close these yet.
such as CD players and laptop computers,
Because
must be turned off and stowed for departure.
They
Thank
haven't
you.
finished loading. Technically, according to self-loading cargo. But it's getting there. It's getting there. We can do a taxi.
Underground ground Delta 450 with Alpha ready to taxi IFR. Delta 450 taxi to and hold short of runway 7 via taxiway Alpha Papa Romeo Oscar November Lima Charlie cross runway 17 cross runway 17 Juliet.
We're not taking
Contact tower on 118
runway 7.
when ready. Taxi to and hold short runway 7 via taxiway Alpha Papa Romeo
that's
Oscar
just
November
not-
Lima
we're
Charlie
going
cross
runway
runway
25.
17 cross runway 17 Juliet Delta 450.
So that is bogus. We're not going runway 7. We are going runway 25. So from where we are, runway 7 is over here, but we are taking runway 25 over here. So we're going to ignore that and come out this way on a pushback. So we'll go nose right, tail left. We're going the opposite direction. And I wonder if we could change runways. Can we? Nope. Not according to that ATC, which is stupid. Alright, so we got 325 passengers. We can close the doors.
Hello?
Hi, Captain. Okay, here's the load sheet from ground. I've written the passenger count here, the crew count here, and a total number of souls, not including yourself, here.
Thank you.
Okay, looks like we're all set to go whenever you're ready.
Excellent. I'll instruct ground that we're ready to remove the stairs, and you can go ahead and close the doors.
So what we're
No
going
problem.
to do is the stairs are going to disappear in a minute. So I'm going to request pushback as soon as they shut all these doors on self-loading cargo. And I'm going to arm all and request that they arm the doors, but we gotta wait till we shut them first until they all turn orange. So it won't take that long. Just waiting for that one last lingering door. Self-loading cargoes usually slow at closing doors. I don't know why, but they should close a lot faster than that. We gotta wait till flight attendants come over here and shut the doors. Should say door movement. Yes, of course the door is moving. And I'm going to double check that over here I have the doors shut. Set. So they can get to it. So now we can...
Ground to cockpit. Go ahead. We're ready to disconnect. Thanks very much. Pin straight ahead and we'll see you again soon.
So that will go, please, on doors. I'll turn them green.
Cabin crew, doors to automatic, please.
Okay, so let's request pushback.
Cabin crew, set doors to automatic and cross-check.
We got our APU running. Everything is good. We can turn on our taxi lights and our runway lights and landing lights. Turn all those on. So, and these won't be full as soon as we start the engines, of course.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
There we go. There's an Ireland accent. That's pretty cool. I love it. GSX is so great. And I'm going to turn on, this flight director is on, but I'm going to turn it on this end and this end. I might do an auto land
Departure
again.
check completed. Bypass pin and surface.
But we'll see how the weather is and the winds are, because it doesn't work too well when it's too windy. I could land it better. So. But I'll probably just land it myself. Last video that I did, I had to do a Cat 3 auto land, it flared and everything like that. Didn't have to do anything except for just engage the reverse thrust and all that stuff. It was great. Okay, so that's taking a while
Blocking gear.
for them to arm the doors, but they're doing it. So nose right, tail left. Yeah, it's all green. We're all set. They'll stop playing the music. With the
Hello, welcome aboard.
safety
and
announcement.
thanks for flying with Delta. Every time we take off, we try to make the world a little smaller. Our first priority on every flight is the safety of our customers and crew. So please give us your
Delta
attention
is
as we show you
one of the
safest
best
world's
airlines,
areas
along
in the
with
world
American
of the
Airlines.
safety
They're up there too.
Be sure that all carry-on items are securely stowed in an overhead bin, and place smaller items, including handbags, under the seat in front of you.
And what I
If you
have to
lose your
do
electronic
now
device in your seat,
is I have to
please do not
remove
adjust
the
your
chocks.
Release parking
and
brake.
ask a crew member for assistance.
Okay,
Please
so
ensure
release
all
the parking
aisles,
brakes
exits, and bulkhead areas are clear.
and make sure everything
As
is
we
good.
leave the gate, make sure your seatbelt is fastened. To fasten, insert the metal tip into the buckle and adjust the strap so it's
we'll
firm
start
and tight
our
across your
engines.
lap. To release the belt, just lift the top of the buckle.
And then
Please remain seated with your
Hit our
seatbelt
fuel
securely
cutoff.
fastened
Turn
anytime
that
the
on
seatbelt sign
to
is on.
gauge
And even if the
fuel
sign is
on
off,
that.
please keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience unexpected rough air.
so far,
For everyone's
so
safety,
good. Looks
federal
good.
regulations require all passengers
Now we
to
can
comply with the posted
start
placards
the
and lighted
next
information
engine.
signs located throughout the cabin,
And
in addition to any crew members'
Fuel
instructions.
cutoff on
Smoking,
that.
including the use of e-cigarettes, is not allowed on any Delta flight, and federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying a restroom smoke detector.
And we can take our sweet time because it's going to take them
There
a
are
while
8
to prepare
exits
the
on this plane, 4 doors, 2 on each side,
passengers
and 4 window exits
secured.
over the wings. The forward doors have
This
detachable
door movement
slides
thing
that
is a
can
bug.
be used for flotation.
So,
Life rafts are located in ceiling compartments at the
Steve has to
front
fix
and center
that.
of the
Cell phone
plane.
cargo author.
In the
Wanna
event
erase
of an
this?
evacuation, leave all carry-on items behind.
So they're not
All
secured. As soon
exits
as
are
it's
clearly
secured,
marked
then we
with
can
an
take
exit
off. But we
sign.
can't
However,
take off
if there's a loss of
until the
power,
passengers are
cabin
secured
visibility is
and the
reduced.
crew
Lights
is
will
seated.
illuminate the aisle to guide you to an exit.
Right now they are
Please take a
securing
moment to find the
cabin
exits
to
closest
take
to
off.
you. And remember,
And if you
they
watch,
might be
you'll see
behind
them
you.
walking along.
It's unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, the panels above your seat will
aisles,
open, revealing oxygen
securing all the
masks.
cabin.
If this happens, reach up and pull the mask toward you until the tube is fully
are.
extended. Place the mask over your
Everything looks
hand
good
now.
here.
Slip the elastic strap over your head and adjust the mask if necessary. Breathe normally. and
Perfect
note that
pushback.
oxygen is flowing, so don't
Straight
worry
on that
about
taxiway for us.
Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others. A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case, life vests are located under your seats
And
in
we
the
will
main
put
cabin. If
our
you're seated
first
in the
notch of
first class
flaps
or
on.
business class cabin, life vests are either in a compartment beneath or adjacent to your seat. To use, remove the vest from its
So-
container by pulling on the tab and then opening the
Engines
pouch.
are
Slip the
started.
vest over your head. Wrap the strap
we can
around
turn
your
off the
waist and
APU.
attach it to the buckle in front and adjust securely around your waist. As you leave the
Everything looks
plane,
good.
inflate the vest
The only
by
thing
pulling
right
down on the
here
red tab at the
is
bottom
where it
of the
says
vest,
hydraulic
or manually
C1.
inflate it by blowing
So I
into
have
the
to
tube
go
at shoulder
here
level. A
and
water-activated light is attached to each vest.
do that.
If
It should
necessary,
go
we'll
away.
distribute additional life vests for children who weigh 35 pounds or less.
There it is right there. Now that should go away.
Now, before
There
we
it is.
take off, Be sure your seat is
And then we're
upright,
gonna
your
do our
aisle armrests
checklist.
are lowered, and your tray table is put away. As we come through the cabin for our final safety check, please let us know if you need anything before we take off. And finally, now would be a good time for everyone to review the safety information card, which is in your seat pocket.
So everything looks good.
On behalf of everyone at Delta, thank you for paying attention. Now, as we get ready for takeoff, please sit back, settle in, and enjoy your flight.
Left is clear. Right is
So we got a window open on the flight deck. I don't know why. Flight deck left window. So it should be okay. It's just because of that. So we're going to, she's going to tell us, or we'll tell them to see.
Hello.
Telling us
Hi,
that everything
Captain.
is all
Everyone's
secure.
seated and secured for takeoff.
So you can
We're
take
almost
seats
ready,
now.
actually, so you can take your seats now.
This flight window on the
No
deck,
problem.
I'm not sure what that is.
All stations, please be seated for takeoff.
I've never seen that, and the window is not open. It says it on the left. So, there it is. That's the way it's supposed to be. Okay. Alright. So here we are. Pocket brake is set. She's going to show us that the pin, that they removed it, and we will continue on to a taxi to our runway. And we can't really see her from where she is. See it from there. Actually, she already did that. We didn't see it. So, alright. So let's release our parking brake. There we go. And make sure everything's all set there. Alright. Our flaps are engaged. I'll re-engage it just in case. And our checklist should be good. Alright. We have that set. And we'll take off. Get that set. So that should be all set. Alright. This back to our engine so we can see our engine display. And I'm going to, over here, the auto brake, I'm going to put that on RTO. This is a procedure during takeoff. And the crew is seated and the cabin is seated. So everybody, all the passengers are seated and they're all seat belted, all 325, so that's perfect. And again with the checklist crap, but I'm going to click on override on that. There we go. And then we'll do after takeoff when we are ready. So, I don't know why that's putting it over there, but I like that over there. Okay, so let's move over so we don't get too far off the taxiway. And my co-pilot, first officer, should be calling the tower automatically. Once I hit here, it holds short. And I will do a hold short announcement. Position.
Ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know that we are currently holding position. Air traffic control require us to park here until other aircraft vacate the taxiway. It should only take a few moments, then we can get going.
And I
Thank
will
you.
have her request it right now. Contact the tower. And as soon as we get on the runway, it will allow us to. It thinks we're gonna be taking off from the other side, but Microsoft plays something that is stupid, so it will allow me to request takeoff from here. I guess this time, not. There it is. Take off clearance.
Aldergrove Tower Delta 450, ready for IFR departure runway 7.
Delta 450, altimeter 29.80, wind 132 at 7.
Okay, here we go.
Takeoff runway 7.
Cleared for takeoff runway 7 Delta 450.
We'll be taking a left turn right after we take off.
Airspeed's live. Eight knots.
80 knots. 100 knots.
Oh, we got a little bit of a wind there.
Positive rate of climb.
Okay, we'll bring the gear up.
Positive rate, gear up.
And we will bring down our engines.
Delta 450, contact Scottish Center on 119.875. Good day.
Going to 119.875 Delta 450.
Let's start taking
Scottish
a
Center
left
Delta
turn.
450 is at 1,500 feet, climbing 7,000 feet.
Delta 450, Scottish Center altimeter 29.80 radar contact. Continue to Ghana. Climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Keep speed not above 210 knots. Expect ILS runway
Don't know
25
why
approach by Bravo Echo
the
Lima
throttle
transition. Cleared to
is
Bravo
doing
Echo Lima,
that.
Easy Tree 046 Heavy.
I guess my SPAD. So that's not doing a good job. Throttle.
Delta 450, climb and maintain flight level 200.
Climb and maintain flight
And my
level
throttle is
200
stuck.
Delta 450.
Really? I mean, really? Okay. So... that's a glitch in Microsoft Flight Simulator. And there it is. Alright, so we are going to turn on our autopilot. Alright. So everything is copacetic now. You know, you don't get a good takeoff when your throttle fails on you. And here's the checklist bullshit again. After takeoff, and we will override that. Okay, so I'm going to set
Delta 450, please expedite your climb, flight level 200.
my turn here, and I'm going to engage on my departure. And that's all set. 20,000 feet. And we will engage that to go to 2,100 feet per minute. I don't know why this is showing yellow on the altimeter. It shouldn't do that, but anyway, we're going to re-engage on our departure. We can release the cabin crew.
Cabin crew, resume duties.
Traffic.
Good evening once again from the cockpit. I hope you're enjoying the flight so far. Just a quick broadcast to let you know that we will be keeping the seatbelt signs on for a few more minutes as we make our way through some bumpy air up ahead during our climb. Keep an eye on the overhead panel, and as soon as we're clear, I'll turn off the sign and you'll be able to move around the cabin. Thank you.
Okay, so here we are engaging in our
We're currently climbing up to our cruising altitude of 20,000 feet, so I thought I'd give you a quick update. We're making good progress towards our destination and expect to arrive on time as planned. You'll next hear from me just before we start our descent. I'll be sure to keep you updated if anything changes, but in the meantime, please feel free to relax and take advantage of our onboard facility. Thanks very much.
Okay, so that's not good when your throttle gets stuck.
We ask that you also please remember to use caution in opening the overhead bins to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted during takeoff.
And we've got...
We've now reached an altitude where it's safe to use approved electronic devices.
We have our flight
devices can be found in Sky Magazine in the seat pocket in front of you.
here at Microsoft Flight Simulator loaded, so there we go. We're going to be heading to our first and it's already doing that now automatically. See, so this has nothing to do with it anymore. See, no matter what you do. So it's going to automatically align with that like that. So we're at 12,000 feet, and we can increase our speed.
Ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know, we will be starting our in-flight drink service in a few moments. If you could please clear all aisles and ensure that any bags are placed in the overhead lockers, it would be most appreciated. Thank you.
And then we can have flight service start the drinks.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign, so you are now free to move around the cabin.
And
however,
here we go
for your
with the
safety, we do
checklist
recommend
then.
that you remain seated with your belt fastened at all times during the flight. Thank you.
So that's what it wanted to know.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to serve our drinks menu.
So we're all
Choose from
set
our
to
menu of
take
hot
off.
tea and coffee
Get out
or a
to
variety of
sun.
soft
That's the
drinks.
checklist we will go
Please
to.
make sure your tray table is in the down
Cannot
position
check
and
that
clear
out
any
yet,
items from the aisle.
because we're not there yet. Okay, so we got no warnings. Everything looks good. We are on our flight path. And we're climbing to 20,000 feet. And we're doing well. It won't take us long to get there. We can go to 335. That'll be pretty much our full speed. We can go to 340, but 335 is good enough. Okay, so that was a little exciting there with the throttle glitch. First time I had a problem like that. Let's get to 18,000 feet. We're going to click on the standard here. So change that. Actually, it's the reason why, I just realized the reason why that is I'm in Europe, so in the UK, it's 6,000 feet, I believe, transitional altitude. So that is why that did that. So that is why that happens. Okay. $325 passengers on this aircraft, and we are heading to our destination. And here we are. Since we're at 20,000 feet, we'll probably be descending right about here, around this area. Actually, probably right over here. Once we hit there, then we'll start our descent into our runway for an ILS. 27 right.
150, contact Manchester Center on 118
Here at Heathrow.
775. Good day.
So far it looks like we're having good weather
775 Delta 450.
for
Goodbye.
London.
Manchester
Got a few
Center
clouds,
Delta
but
450 flight level 200.
rains a lot in the end of London anyway, actually in the UK.
Manchester Center, radar contact. Continue to air gap.
Aircraft looks good. Now, in here, under a landing here, we have all this information. I was unable to put that in there because of the weight. We had to put our fuel in there. Now we burned some of it. And now the weight is good. We should be able to be stopped by here. No problem. If I put full maximum brakes, it'll be over here. So we are good. We can leave it at 3. That's where we will stop. We'll come down and then take our exit the runway around this area. So looks good. And we've got our ILS set for that with our chart. SimBrief and Navigraph. You want to subscribe to Navigraph because it makes things a whole lot better. You can import your charts, and it makes it very easy to program your flight into the FMC. It has most of the information already for you, and as you can see, I can actually look at my progress, and I can look here at the legs, and if I wanted to make changes. And so we're flying at it says 320 economy, but we're doing 335 for a quicker arrival. And This is a luxury plane, so gotta give the passengers service for what they paid for. And so we are at our cruising altitude of 20,000 feet. Perfect. And everything looks good. Looking out the window, let's see, I have a hell of a lot right now, but we have time of day, and it will start getting dark. Probably be at dusk by the time we are landing, so it might be a night landing, but we'll have to see. And so yeah, Navigraph, SimBrief, those two work hand in hand great. I would highly recommend, suggest that you subscribe to it. It's not a lot of money. I think it's like $9 a month, maybe less than that. And you get all these updates, and you get the updated AirRack and all that stuff. So it's well worth it, especially when you're using a PMDG aircraft. And speaking of PMDG, as I always do, I always support PMDG. They are awesome at designing aircraft. My very favorite is the 777. I've been waiting a long time actually, for this to come out, and I'm so happy that it did. I haven't really seen any bugs. They did come up with a couple of patches, updates on it soon after, but it didn't affect me at all, and so I didn't notice anything. Everything works fine. That's what's great with PMDG aircraft. All the switches and buttons, everything is operative. Everything works. And unlike, an aircraft you get with Microsoft Flight Simulator or buying any other aircraft on the sim market, most of them don't even measure up to this, to PMDG. But I think they're on the market anyway, PMDG, for the sim market that's there. But the other developers do not put in the detail and the engineering into the aircraft. They are mostly software designers and aircraft designers, but they don't have the staff that PMDG does. PMDG has actual Boeing pilots. As a matter of fact, the owner of PMDG, I believe, is a Boeing pilot. They work hand in hand with Boeing. They actually do. They actually go to the Boeing facility and get all technical information and physically view the aircraft and certain details and things like that. And they have actual engineers, aircraft engineers, working at PMDG to design the inertia and all the engineering technical information that is required, all the laws of physics and gravity and all that stuff. They go above and beyond the Call of Duty to design an aircraft. They are the best because, like I said, they get these engineers working with PMDG, and so they got a great staff that's designing these aircraft. So you're not going to get the kind of quality in aircraft that you do with PMDG with other designers because they don't have that knowledge and technical skill to do this. So, and that is a fact. And you can check them out. They have videos and have interviews and questions and answers, and they tell you all these things. I follow them and watch. And like I said, they got actual engineers and designers that do this. That's why it takes a long time for them to come out with aircraft. They don't just do a speedy design and to put this out there and make money. No, they make sure that it's perfect as you can get, and they will wait if it takes an extra 6 months, 5 months, a year, whatever it takes to make the aircraft at their expectations and perfect. That's what they will do. And, obviously the customers will be sitting there waiting impatiently, but most of them are patient. I'm patient because I would rather wait and have the aircraft that they put out than flawed aircraft, flawed information. So, yeah, so you should check them out. They get an entry-level PMDG aircraft commercial. I believe it's a 737-600, and you can get that for like $40 or so, rather than $79. This one was $79. I believe it was $69 for the 737-800 that I purchased, and $69 for the 737-700, I think, or 900. But if you want to not have to pay $79 or $69 for an aircraft because you don't know PMG, never bought one, don't know what it's like, and see if it's worth it, you can get their 737-600 series. They are just as good as these. Obviously, you don't get some of the bells and the whistles like with the 737-800. You get the cargo and the BBJ and stuff like that. So you get different variants. There's like 3 different aircrafts in one purchase. It's the same aircraft, but it's variants of it. Like one is passenger, full passenger airline. The other one is a business jet, BBJ, and then you got the cargo, like air freight, like EPS or something like that. But the 737-600 for $40 does not have. It's just the passenger one, and that's what you get. But you get the aircraft, and you get a really full-blown, fully operated aircraft. Everything works just like in the other ones, all the other ones. So, yeah, I'm happy to see that this came out, and I can't wait to see what they're going to work on next. They usually don't release information of what they're probably going to come out with next. They will release a broadcast on what they are going to do next once they're fully committed and say, okay, this is the one we're going to do. One of them, I think that they're probably going to do, or they're thinking about, that's on the list for their next one, is the 787, I believe, Dreamliner, the Dreamliner. You get that with Microsoft Flight Simulator if you buy the premium edition, the deluxe one, if you buy the full-blown edition. But it's not fully operative like PMDG. It won't be any, it's not anywhere near as good as what PMDG would put out. So they're going to probably, that's one of them that they're considering. Another one they're considering, I think, is the 757, maybe, or the Air Force One aircraft. I'm not 100% sure what they're going to pick. They will announce it when they are ready to announce it, and it'll be exciting to see what they have. I would like to actually see the 757 versus the Dreamliner, but the Dreamliner would be good too. I like that aircraft. It is a really nice aircraft, and it's a heavy, and so is this one, and so is the 757 would be. 747's a heavy, and they do have that out, I believe. The 747, I think they do. Maybe not. I think maybe just for Flight 777FX. I don't think they have the 747 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. They might. I'd have to check into that. I wasn't really too keen on that aircraft. I like this one. If they come out with the 757, that would be incredible. What I'd like to see them come out is look like a smaller business jet, like maybe the Citation 10, Citation X. That would be incredible. And we are going to start alcohol service. And so far we are probably halfway there. Yep, halfway there, maybe.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we've
just begun serving alcoholic drinks as well as soft drinks for our younger flyers. Please clear any items from the aisle as the cabin crew make their way around the cabin.
So we're making good
and
progress.
If you would like a drink, please put your tray in the down position. Thank you.
So, yeah, I mean, the 737 is great. I mean, the 800, I love it. The 737-800 is awesome. It's the next best one to this one. Because it has all the variants, because it has the business jet version, and with self-loading cargo, you can create your own cabin layouts. So you can design it to because every airline has little differences of any given aircraft, like the 737-800 or the 777. American Airlines, the inside would be a little bit slightly different versus Delta or anybody else, because they can customize the inside. That's not really designing, changing a design on the aircraft flight characteristics. It's just the inside. Although they have to be careful of, where the weight's going to be distributed and how it's going to be even, and things like that. They have to think of that, but they can do whatever they want. I mean, like the 757, like the Trump, airline. He's got like a bedroom in the back with a living room and an office, and you could do that with this, but this is for airlines, so they're not going to do that unless it's going to be like an exclusive flights for billionaires or something that would lease it or rent it or something like that, or pay to have the flights. Most of the billionaires have their own aircraft anyway, such as Donald Trump. So, yeah, I mean, but like Delta or any other airline, self-loading cargo, if you wanted to make up your own airline, fictional airline, and you could design where the seats are and all that stuff. And when you see the passengers get seated, they'll be seated in those seats that you created. So if you wanted to make a more luxurious version of this with less passengers, with only maybe 160 passengers, half of it, and have big conference rooms and stuff like that for business, you could, pretend your own business aircraft and design it accordingly. Or you could have it with no business class and no first class, really. You just have it completely economy coach to stuff as many passengers as possible. You could literally probably get close to 500 passengers in this aircraft doing so. And it's kind of like fun to do. So you could, like I said, you could make your own variants of the inside anyway. So that's what I did with the 737-800, the BBJ. I designed it a couple of different ones, one more to the style of, an airline, people getting on it, business people. And then another one with just, mostly like, coach type on the BBJ, but, a little bit more room. And then I had another one that was like fully luxurious, that had a conference room or two and was only able to hold 60 or 80 passengers or something like that, with the rest conference rooms and things like that. So it's kind of fun to do. And the alcohol service is on its way. It's more than halfway done. And we are making good progress. We'll announce a descent time once we figure out how long it's going to take to get to Barmy. And actually, I know what it's going to take right now because it's our next waypoint. 18:27 is the time. It's 18:04 right now. It's 18:04. So you got like 23 minutes that we're going to descent. So when it says 18:07, I will announce a 20-minute descent time. And I'll just tell the flight attendant 20 minutes, and then when we get to like 10 minutes to it, I'll announce to the passengers that we got 10 minutes. So the crew members should be alerted a little bit ahead of time, 20 minutes in advance. Passengers, not so much. We'll wait till it's like halfway, 10 minutes, and then announce it to them. The cabin crew is very busy. Alcohol service, and here we are. We can see all the passengers. Got almost full. We got a few empty seats, but that is it. Just a couple of empty seats. It activated my visor. So, yeah. These are all the seats. I can zoom in right over here so you can get a closer look. And you can see like the ones who are in anxiety, if they're afraid, or the ones who are with the help, how many are drinking, how many is thirsty. You can see all that stuff. That's pretty cool. We don't need it that big though. That's good enough to see what we need to see. And so yeah, we have everything going into place here. Only 156 of them are secured. The rest are free. They're probably using the toilets and stuff like that. And so we are over London, I believe, or close to it. Yes, we are. We're over England and headed to Heathrow, and now we can make our announcement
Hi. Just to let you know, there's around 20 minutes to go until we start descending.
Thanks.
Okay, so I will announce once we get 10 minutes, we'll get 10 minutes of that. So at 18:17, yeah, 18:17, we will announce. sun. To the passengers. So, light looks good. Everything looks normal. You can actually see the passengers. See them inside the windows. See right there. You can see them in there. You can see them there. That's what's great about being in UV. So you can see them on the side. You can see them. You can see them moving around. See that? You can see them right here at the window. Right there. You can see your hair. And of course, you can see the pilots like always. The pilots in the cockpit. And yeah. So it's getting to be dusk. So we're going to be losing light. And it'll probably be, I don't know if it'll be dark at all. It'll probably be just dusk. Even more so. It'll probably be get dark once we come in for our landing. So it'll probably qualify for a night landing. And pretty exciting. Like I said, I'm pretty happy with what I use. I'll show you what Navigraph looks like. Look at over here. So you got Navigraph with the charts. You can actually build your flight plan in here, and you're going to see the waypoints, and you can add those in. The runway, departures, all that stuff. You can design that. That's what I do. I don't do it in SimBrief. I do it in SimBrief, but I do it here first. And when I'm happy with everything that I see here, then I go into here and I export it, and then I copy the clipboard, and I go to SimBrief. This is the Navigraph charts that you can tell it to put out, but I go into here, and then I edit. I create a new flight, and I do that new flight over there, and I put in all the information that I need. See, I'm viewing the flight plan right here. So I put all the information there, and then I generate it, and my flight is there. So that works great. Of course, I have self-loading cargo, and I'll shorten this, and I have my SPAD.NEXT. This I could put in for different aircraft. Got my CJ4 737, and I can set my controller to. This is my controller. This is for the Airbus, but I could use it. I set it to work so it works from Boeing, and you can click on there and you can set your information for every little thing, and the knobs. You can have like the engine one, left side. I got this for my auto brake, and this is for my speed brake there, and I got my flaps here and parking brake, everything there, and I have my joystick for that there. I don't actually buy the aircraft. You don't lease it or pay a monthly fee. You buy that. What's great about it is let's say you don't know how to program that. You can go in, everything is connected with everybody who has SPAD and created a profile, and you can go in there and get their profile and import it right into your profile so it works for you. And see how they did it and things like that. You can edit it and customize it, not take everything that they've done. So you might not use the controller the same way they do for everything, for all the buttons and stuff, but you can see different people, what they use their buttons for and how they do it. The main thing is the throttle, reverse thrust, all that stuff to get those to work, and starting the engines, things like that. So people who have the Thrustmaster Airbus controller and have it programmed for the PMDG aircraft, whether it's 737 or 777, you can get their configuration information and import it into yours, and you don't have to accept it if you don't want, or you can take it and then edit it and customize it to your liking. That is what's great about it, and it does work properly, and it allows me to use the reverse thrust with this controller. What I might do is buy the Boeing controller system and just use that and change up every time I change aircraft. But for right now, it's just easy to use this one controller and just program it for whatever aircraft I want. I can program it for the CJ4, the Dreamliner, even the Cessna 172, whatever. I can use it all for that, and it's great. It works great. So it's very customizable. It doesn't matter what controller you have with SPAD. You can have the Boeing one, and then you can pull the information for that. But in its default state, it will work. Everything will work fine as it's supposed to. And I'm slowly customizing all my control stuff. I'm going to buy some external buttons, like maybe the autopilot system there. I'm going to buy that. This whole console right over here, I'd have that so I could just physically turn these dials myself and not have to use the mouse. Pretty soon I'll have everything, all the controls pretty much that I need. FMC, you can even buy an FMC unit and it hooks to this and it works, and you can physically do all the inputting by hand in real life, and they will correspond to the sim and work fine. You have your landing gear stuff or what I have here, but so yeah, pretty soon I'm gonna have it, and I'll have a video of my layout so you can see it, and I'm gonna build like a whole system type thing with the chair and a little booth type thing with all my monitors. I'm going to set up I'm going to set up a monitor for here, a monitor for here, a monitor here, and a monitor here, and it'll all interact with that. So I'll probably just have one monitor for these two, and one for this, and one for this, and another for these two. We might even have a back monitor for this in the back. So that'll work out great, and so I'll get a 3D representation with my monitors, and I might buy a panel that's going to be up and above me, and have one for this so I can see it, and then just look up as I hit the switches and stuff like that. And so that'll be great. That's the other thing I'm going to get. I'm going to get the panels for these. They have panels for these. And believe it or not, with the 787, a lot of this is alike. So you could use, if I buy these panels, the physical ones right here, I could program to work with the 787, even the 737, because they're similar. Just some of them that will be there that's not there because there's a little bit differences, but that'll be no problem. It'll still have all the switches, the main things that I need, and probably within the course of a couple of years, I'll have all that. I'm looking at probably $15,000 maybe worth. Do this. They're going to be all 4K monitors. And my monitors for the front windshield will be the curved monitors. So it'll look more natural with like the curved windshield. So that'll be exciting. And I could still use it for the other aircraft, like even the single engine Cessnas and stuff like that. Just program it a little bit differently when I use that aircraft. Just have different profiles for different aircraft. I do want these panels here too. So I'm gonna build myself a dash and install all these. They sell these, so you don't have to like buy monitors. They sell these, and you can just like install them and hook it up to a network station to connect to the sim. All these will sync with the aircraft. So I won't even be using the monitor to look at these. Just outside, it'll be a monitor showing out like that. Those are not showing any of this stuff. And I'll have my all this stuff that I need to see, the physical ones, and they all light up and things like that. So, and it's time for me to announce that we're going to be.
Good evening once again from the cockpit. I hope you're enjoying the flight so far. We'll be starting our descent in approximately 10 minutes. The arrival weather forecast looks a little windy, but other than a few bumps, it should be a fairly straightforward approach into the airport. We're not expecting any delays, so we should be able to land fairly quickly.
So,
once we do start our descent, please make sure to listen carefully to any instructions
close
from our cabin crew and pay special attention to the seatbelt sign. Thanks for flying with us, and I'll speak to you again soon.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to slow down.
Just to keep you updated, we look to be making good progress and are expecting to arrive on time as planned. We'll keep you posted if anything changes, but in the meantime enjoy the remainder of the flight, and I'll speak to you again once we're about to start our descent. Thanks.
Delta 450 climb and maintain flight level 300.
I am not going at 30,000 feet. I do not listen to Microsoft ATC. They are terrible. They'll tell you to go to 16,000 feet when you're only 2 miles away from the runway. It's retarded. Totally retarded. So at 1827, we will start our descent. And we're going to, slow it down so we can. We do start our descent. We're not over speeding. Everything is looking good. We'll be here and then start our descent down nice and gradually. So yeah, this is a pretty good system setup.
Delta 450, please expedite your climb flight level 300.
Matter of fact, so I don't have to listen to that, I'm going to cancel the flight plan if I can, as soon as I get a chance. I'm going to decrease by 10,000 feet.
London Center, Delta 450. Request 10,000 feet.
Delta 450 descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet, Delta.
As soon as I get a chance, I'm going to cancel the IFR flight plan.
Delta 450 descend and maintain 17,000 feet.
Descend and maintain
See how dumb that is?
17,000 feet, Delta 450.
Delta 450 climb and maintain flight level 250.
Climb and maintain flight level 250, Delta 450.
Delta 450 climb and maintain flight level.
Get you back to 3,000
Climb and maintain
feet.
flight level 300, Delta 450.
So yeah, this ATC system is terrible. But I will, let's see what
London
that
Center,
says.
Delta 450, requesting vector to next waypoint.
Delta 450, continue to Barmy turning and following heading 070.
Continue to Barmy turning and following heading 070, Delta 450.
So I'm going to cancel the IFR flight plan as soon as it gives me the option to. It will. It's kind of screwy. Microsoft Flight Simulator ATC is kind of crappy, and I shouldn't be using it anyway. I should be using something like Beyond ATC or something like that. That would be ideal. And pretty soon I think I will switch to that. And I will start my descent, but I'll go down to 10,000. Once we reach waypoint. That's what hit 1828.
Please expedite your climb flight level 300.
And here's a FMC message saying that, you know, unable to next altitude, and that's okay. As a matter of fact, Barmy, I'm going to be at 20,000 feet. So 320 slash 22. There we go. And that will be don't say I'm able to go to that altitude because we are at that altitude. But when we get to the next one, we will be at 10,000 feet. 250 slash 10,000 feet.
Delta 450, please expedite your climb flight level 300.
That isn't very far from this waypoint, so we won't be at 10,000. It'll probably be like 16,000. So we'll go 250 slash. So we'll hit that, and then we'll be at 10,000. Logan.
Delta 450, please expedite your climb flight level 300.
I'll be at 200 knots. Here.
Delta 450, please expedite your climb flight level 300.
Put that there. Put that.
Delta 450, please expedite your climb flight level 300.
We'll have all that set. Okay, so we're going to start our descent right now. step here, I'm beginning my descent.
Delta 450, please expedite your climb flight level 300.
We'll tell the cabin to prepare for our arrival.
Good evening once again from the cockpit. As you've probably noticed, we've started our descent. Depending on the destination air traffic, we should be landing in around 20 minutes. In the meantime, I will be instructing the cabin crew to get the cabin ready for our arrival. Once that happens, the seatbelt sign will be illuminated and you will be required to stay seated and secured until after landing. If you need to visit the toilet, it may be worth making your way towards one now. You'll next hear from me after landing, so I will wish you a very good evening once again, and I'll speak to you in a short while.
There we go. Cancel.
London Center, Delta 450. Cancel IFR at this time.
Delta 450 IFR flight plan is canceled radar service terminated.
Yeah, fuck you.
Squawk 7000. Maintain VFR. Frequency change approved. Good day.
London Center, Delta 450 is tight Boeing 3 miles east of Echo Golf Sierra Mike 15,900 feet. Request flight following.
Delta 450 London Center. Squawk 1457.
Squawk 1457 Delta 450.
Okay, we are.
Delta 450 radar contact. Tree 2 miles east of Echo Golf Sierra Mike 15,000 feet. Altimeter tree 0.01.
We can tell them to prepare.
Roger, Delta
Once we hit
450.
11,000, we can do that. Prepare for arrival. They'll automatically put on the seatbelt sign for them. Perfect. We have plenty of time to descent the rest of the way. We just want to get to 10,000. She's probably done. We can tell her to.
Hello.
See you later.
Hi, Captain. Just checking to see if everything is okay.
Yes, everything is fine. Thanks for asking.
Great. Call me if you need
We're
anything.
going to tell them to prepare for landing.
Cabin crew, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
Okay, so we can turn that
Ladies and gentlemen, the double ding indicates that the aircraft is now on its
on
final
the
approach.
lights.
And we have been cleared to land. At this time, all passengers must remain seated with their seatbelts securely fastened, your tray tables and carrying items stowed, seat backs in the upright and locked position, and your aisle armrests should be lowered.
So we'll bring this to 240 knots. And here we are on our arrival, getting ready for our approach. This is our arrival. Our approach starts right around here.
Center 117 for contact Amsterdam Center on 119.175. Good day.
So we can bring the speed down to 230 knots and descend
Going to 119.175.
to 5,000 feet. At a slow pace. There we go. We just don't want to exceed 250 knots below 10,000 feet because that's a violation, and yeah, they kind of frown on that. So we will get this down to 5,000 feet. To prepare for our approach. And I think everybody is seated. Cabin crew are very busy. Nope, they're still securing the cabin. So it's not secured yet. We will tell them to take their seats as soon as they are done. It takes a little while for them to walk down the aisles and make sure everybody's seated. And we are exceeding getting ready to exceed anyway. Our airspeed. We almost did. And let's see here. About 1,700 feet left to reach 5,000. And to look on the map where we're at, here we are. We'll be taking a right turn here to prepare for our approach. We can slowly go down to 2,000, but probably don't even have to go that low. When we hit our approach activation. And now we can turn off the standard because we're below 6,000 feet, which is the transitional altitude here in Europe. Everything looks good here so far.
Janix 1610 London Center radar contact. Continue to
the windmills there, and it is dusk. Or becoming dusk. So we might have light at our landing time. They haven't prepared the entire cabin yet. But she will call us and let us know, and then we'll tell them to take their seats. And we can remain here at 240 knots. We can remain here at 5,000 for a little bit. So one thing I forgot to do is on the checklist is for the descent,
secured, ready for landing.
You can take your seats now. We're almost ready.
No problem.
Okay, very easy.
All stations, cease for landing, please.
This up here. We'll be taking our right turn. As you can see here on the map, where we're at, corresponding to the airport. So we'll start probably our approach activation right around here. So it's cabin ready. Go down to 4,000 feet. Yes, I know the speed brake is extended. I did that so I don't exceed 250 knots, you fool. What we can do is we can put one notch of flaps up and down. That'll help slow us down too. Make sure we don't exceed. And we're at 4,000 feet. We can turn off our speed brake. And we could hit our approach button if we want. So it'll just automatically engage. As we do this, we want to bring our speed down though. And here's our progress. Right over here. Start bringing more flaps as soon as we hit this area. Nice and smooth cruise. will contact ATC and tell them where it's in to land.
130.78 Delta 450. Goodbye. South end approach Delta 450, 4,000 feet.
Increase our speed.
Delta 450, south end approach altimeter, 29.906 radar contact. Continue to Sabre.
So we will do the airport list. Look for Heathrow. Close enough. To see Heathrow yet, or to even communicate with Heathrow. Or as far back as we can be. So I will check back in a little bit. And our progress. We're getting there. So we can put another notch of flaps as soon as we slow it down to 220 knots. Check to see if Heathrow is there yet, which it is not. Now we can start it from the beginning to make sure that we can pass it. I notice on here sometimes you'll be looking for an airport forever and it's showing airports that are further than what you're looking for, which is kind of retarded, but we will bring down our landing gear before we put the next notch of flaps down. Reduce our speed, but that won't be for a little while. That'll be on our left turn just about. Check closer to you. Heathrow is not there. That will show up soon. There's London City. Should be seeing Heathrow. Go on to our checklist. We're waiting for that. Go to approach. That is set. do not see Heathrow. Just London City. Heathrow is not. They'll probably give me the frequency as soon as I'm on top of them, which is dumb. Normally at this, in the real world, they would have been already contacted. And this is our progress. This is where we're at. Almost on final. Zoom in here. I mean, you can see Biggin Hill, which is further than Heathrow. I don't know why. Exactly where they are. And you get the London Heliport, which is pretty close to Buckingham Palace. And you get Duxford, but no Heathrow. Heathrow yet. Slow down a bit. Bush green. Got the aerodrome. Bring down our landing gear. Double check. Heathrow is not there. As a matter of fact, I can stop at the beginning.
Delta 450 contact. Thames approach.
Shut up.
128.025. Good day.
Going to 128.025 Delta 450. Thames approach Delta 450 4,000 feet.
Delta 450 Thames approach altimeter 29.905 radar contact. Continue to Lima Alpha Mike.
Okay, here's airport. is Heathrow?
Heathrow Tower Delta 450 is 26 miles northeast 4,000 feet with India to land.
We'll put our last notch of flaps down.
Altimeter 29.905, wind
This is
088
going to
at
pick
9er.
up on the
Enter left
approach.
downwind runway 09er left.
And we're going to go down to 2,000 feet.
Fly left traffic runway 09er left Delta 450.
See over here, now that we're closer, our runway is there, so that is correct. We're heading to the right. This is not where we're landing, which is what we're looking at right here. We are going to take a right. Once we get here, then probably over here somewhere, right down there. And we got full flaps, 190 knots, and we are descending to 2,000 feet. We'll slow it down to 175. There's our airport down there. And our approach will activate as soon as we reach here. Or maybe even a little bit before. Look at the view there, isn't that pretty cool? Right over London. Over here, if we wanted to, so we are at 2,000 feet, perfect altitude for our approach. Everything looks nice and smooth. Looking good here. We'll set our speed brake to 3. The auto brake, excuse me, not speed brake. Taking a semi-hard right. Speed down. Oops. Try to be 50 knots. Notice how this came right in. We are no longer on LNAV, we are on our approach for a localizer to line up with the runway. We can slow our speed down. 140 knots. Now, this should actually activate into an auto land, flare and all that stuff, but I'm going to take it over probably around 500 feet, maybe 1,000 feet. We got our diamond here, so we're not quite there yet, and we can hit this button. Excuse me, not this button. We can hit this button. I believe it's this button. There we go. That's to show our approach. Now we're going to show the airport and data. There's our runway. As you can see it right there. We got at 135 knots. We are on the glide slope. We are hooked in and synced to our glide slope, descending down. And it is quite a little bit, I can see it's a little bit kind of a crosswind there, so I will be landing this manually and not using the auto land system, which it will probably engage. You'll see that right over here. There it is, land 3, Glasgow flare, see all that stuff right down there, roll out. It's going to do that unless I interrupt it, which I will once it announces 500 feet. Or somewhere around that. As a matter of fact, we got 1,000 right there, and I will manually take this over myself. Into the runway. Yeah, I know that. See, because we got like a crosswind and some turbulence here. We need to get to the right more. Yeah. I like to land short, be right on it.
200. Glide slope. Glide slope.
Yeah, the glide slope.
100. 60. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Yeah.
Delta 450, you were not cleared to land. Clear the runway.
Screw you. We can disengage our reverse thrust, remove our speed brake, and take our next.
Delta 450, you were not cleared to land. Clear the runway.
Off the runway.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at our destination. The local time is 8:04 p.m. Please check around your seat for any personal belongings you may have brought on board with you, and please use caution when opening the overhead bins, as heavy articles may have shifted around during the flight. If you require deplaning assistance, Please remain in your seat until all other passengers have deplaned.
121.855
One of our crew members
Delta
will then be pleased to
450.
assist you.
Goodbye.
Please remain seated until the aircraft reaches the gate,
As
and
we
we'll get
can
you
see,
offloaded as soon as
we're here
possible. Thank you.
at London. Now, to find a good jetway, it's not going to be here. We'll bring our flaps to just one notch. And we could take this one. Here, put on a parking brake, and we will ask for ground services. We're going to set the chocks, and we can ask for actually ground services over here, and request for the power.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated until the captain turns off the seatbelt sign.
And this will be a jetway.
Once that happens, we will start deboarding, and you'll be able to leave the aircraft. Thank you.
Here it is right there. We are in a good position here. And we have ground power, I believe it is there. And so we can turn off our power here. We're going to turn off our lights. That, and we will announce, please open the doors.
Cabin crew, doors to manual, please.
There we go. Go here, we'll go to door management, disarm the doors, and we'll request.
You need to stop the engines to request ground services.
First. So there we are, and I will plug these in. I need that on, and I will request deboarding.
Ground to cockpit.
And we are Delta, not British Airways, but why not? Let's be British Airways. Okay.
Cabin crew, the aircraft is secure. The jetway is connecting. Start deboarding once ready.
I will open the doors and open this one there too. And everything looks good there. We have our jetway connected, so we should, but it's not 100% aligned, so we will. I will use this little tool.
Passengers deboarding started.
And slide it over. Now, I have to tell it to reinitialize request the jetway. Where's the jetway request? I have to probably do it here. And it's coming back. Alright. So that looks good. And everything will start deboarding. Okay, everything's good there. And as we can see over here, that one's pretty good, but it needs to go a little bit closer. So I will bring it a little bit closer. There we go, that should be good enough. That way it doesn't interrupt the jetway. Got everything that we need. I can turn the fuel pumps off. Don't need them. There we go. So that is our flight. Obviously we can't see our passengers deboarding, but they are, and I could probably show that right here, over there. It says on self-loading cargo they are, but oh, I forgot. On GSX, they don't show deboarding. They just sit there, which they are going to fix it. They said that it's going to show the deboarding process for that. So, yeah, that's kind of like weird. But they are indeed deboarding. We will go in here, we can turn off the strobe, we don't need that, beacon, or lower lights at all here. So we're going to do a speedy deboarding process.
Go ahead. Hi Captain, microphone check please. Crystal clear, 5 out of 5. Roger. Okay Captain, ground power is available. Stand by. We'll start getting you offloaded in a couple of minutes. Roger.
Okay, so we're going to ask her to wave her magic wand and do a speedy deboarding. That's the end of our flight. It was a good flight, pretty much, with the exception to the throttle getting
Hi,
stuck
Captain.
where it was. And let's wave the magic.
Would you mind waving your magic wand and getting the passengers offloaded straight away?
Go in here and just
No problem.
reset this. There we go.
Hello.
Hi. Everyone's offloaded. Fantastic landing, by the way. Much appreciated.
Thanks a lot.
Call me if you need anything.
Go ahead. Hi, Captain. Okay, all bags have been offloaded. We're closing up now. And
They're
we'll
going to
see
do
you next time.
the cleaning crew that
Roger.
comes in and all that. You don't need to see that. But that was our flight. We are here at London, and it was a good flight. Like I said, with the exception of the dumb controller malfunctioning. I was able to fix it, but yeah, so everything looks good. We've got our aircraft sitting there. All the passengers are gone, and everything is loaded there. We're going to turn our flaps back off, bring them all the way up. There they are. We're going to remove the jetway as soon as the cleaning crew is done. See right there. And then we can just go into. So you can't manipulate the jetway from here. I thought we could. Oh yeah, we can right here. So they're done. So we can request this to be removed. That should do that, and I can close all the doors. There we are. So I'll close all the doors. Close. And I'll close these as well. And everything is all set. We can terminate the power. We don't need any of that. Disconnect that, disconnect these, and the battery APU system off. Now our aircraft is just there, and so yeah, we are all set, everybody. If you enjoyed this, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe. You'll be able to see when I go live again. I'm going to have a couple of other surprises coming up, so anyway, hope things are going well for you, and thanks for watching.